Pizzeria 135. My name's Josh Hall, and I'll be calling tonight's race for you here from the famous Watkins Glen International Speedway. A little different format for you tonight, as these guys are going to be turning left and right. We are going to have one full course caution at the end of lap 10. That is going to be our stage break. There will be single file restarts after that, no EOLs, but there will be pass-throughs if there's any incidents for these guys today. So normally they'd under yellow they'd pull a EOL. Tonight it's just if there's an incident, they're going to go ahead and get the drive-through penalty. As you see on track right now, these guys making some laps. Right now we've got Michael Lawrence on track. He's trying to navigate this tricky road course here in upstate New York. While qualifying is going on, I'm going to bring up the standings for you here. Right now, Dakota Camper leads the series. Kyle Mays in second. Dustin Dean got his win last week, moves him up to third. Colin Willems in fourth, and CD Moore sitting in fifth. So you take a look at the standings here so you can see where your favorite driver is. And of course, as I mentioned, tonight's race is sponsored by the world famous Gill's Dump Truck Service and Pizzeria. A little bit about Gill's Dump Truck Service. Gill's Dump Truck Service was created in 2010 by Reggie Gill, the father of Isaiah Gill. Once Isaiah became of age, soon took over the business, and then in early 2020, investor Brian Canuti saw potential in the business and helped try to grow the company by lowering the days and hours of operation. By increasing the lunch schedule, it boosted morale around the company, and they were able to expand into the pizza business. In 2020, they were voted the okayest pizza in the Northwest by People magazine, and Guy Fieri of Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives said, and I quote, "I'm still waiting on my pizza." These are just some of the great reviews they get daily. They also have a great buy one, get one free deal currently on any dump load and get a free pizza of equal or lesser value. Make sure to check them out. They're open every third Sunday of the month from 11 to 1, closed for lunch from 11:30 to 12:30. That's Gill's Dump Truck Service and Pizzeria, fastest dump trucks in the Northwest. Let's see who's out on track right now getting their laps in. See Dakota Camper right now on track. These guys have about 2 minutes left in qualifying now. We'll throw up the standings on the left side. You can see where your favorite driver is qualified. Brian Canuti up at the front right now with a 1:13.47, and Cody Moore right behind him at the moment. How about Stephen Black up there in the top three? Brandon White, Isaiah Gill, your top five, and Joseph Wright right behind him. Dakota Camper, Austin Blaylock, Nicholas Iomo, and Brian Merle make up your top 10 as we speak. There's still a couple of cars on track right now, though. You see TJ Floyd has yet to make his qualifying attempt. Also, Eddie Morris and Nick Ford on track right now, trying to get their qualifying attempts in. Yeah, this is a pretty tough track to get around. It's one of the easier road courses, in my opinion, but oh, I apologize. I thought I had that logo off the screen. Got to give the sponsor as much screen time as I can. So you see TJ Floyd up on track right now, finishing his qualifying attempts. Right now he's up in the 20th. Oh, he has some trouble in the bus stop. Drives right through it. As it looks like qualifying is just about done. Got about 30 seconds left in qualifying. How about Eddie Morris moving up to the 9th spot right now? A little different color machine than we're used to seeing. So most of the trucks tonight, or cars tonight, you're going to see are going to be sponsored by Gill's Dump Truck Service and Pizzeria, as they've dumped a lot of money into the sponsorship of the race and the cars tonight. So let's take a look at our grid. And starting on pole, Brian Nudie in the 40 machine. Rolling off second is going to be the 52 of Cody Moore. Stephen Black, 98. He'll be rolling off in third, and Brandon White on the outside in the 019. Isaiah Gill in the 2 machine. He'll be rolling off fifth, and Joseph Wright in the 82 rolling off sixth. Dakota Camper rolling off seventh. And Austin Blaylock on the outside of row 4. Eddie Morse in the 8 machine rolling off 9th, and Nick Iomo in 10th. Brian Merle Jr. in the 12th car, he'll be rolling off 11th, and Logan Hagerman in 12th. And I say inside outside, this first turn is going to be a right-hander, so the pole sitter is actually going to be on the inside, which would be the right side. So a little different than what you normally see these guys doing. Kyle Mays in 55, he'll be rolling off 13th. Will Witt rolling off 14th. Michael Provo in the 95, he'll be in 15th, and Jacob Owen rounding out row 8. Row 9 is going to see Michael White and Zachary Cox. And then row 10, Dustin Dean and Brett Merle. 21st, James Moore in the 61, and Derek Chaput in the 37 machine. He'll be rolling off row 11. Michael Lawrence and TJ Floyd round out row 12. Row 13 will see Derek Regal and Nick Ford. And row 14, Max McClure and Colin Willems. 15th, Zach McBride and Greg Froelich. 16th row, Blake Hensley and Craig Schroeder. And starting in the 33rd position, Jackson Qualley. And you'll see the track map here. We are using the cup configuration with the boot. These guys are starting their pace lap, and they're going to go through the S's. I find the S's to be the most treacherous part of the track. Because it really flattens out and narrows out here at the top of the hill. It's really easy to get the car sideways. And you see a lot of wrecks coming up off the top of the hill here. Coming up to my favorite passing zone on the track, which is the bus stop. It's a heavy braking zone into this bus stop. And to me, I think it's the best place to make a pass on the track. If you can get through this bus stop real well, it sets up to your next great passing opportunity, which is coming off of the carousel. Carousel's got a little bit of banking, but it comes down the hill. And normally in the car, you really don't realize how elevated this is. But you come way down the hill here, turn right, not going onto the boot here, Hit a little short shoot. Coming up to turn 8. We've seen some major wrecks here in the Cup Series. I remember Rudeman going over on his lid, coming through there. Jeff Gordon's had a hard hit through that corner as well right there. As they come off turn 10 for the last time on the hill. Ryan Newton leads them down to the green flag. Green flag is in the air. And we are green for the Gill dump truck service interior 135 as they come down into the heavy braking zone to turn 1 down the hill. Ryan Newton's going to get the lead easy here off of Cody Moore as the field all spreads out. A couple cars running wide in the back there. As they come up through the S's for the first time. Isaiah Gill as they come down the backstretch here and into the bus stop for the first time. Cody Moore's putting a little bit of pressure on Canuti here as they come through the carousel, this long winding corner. We know Canuti here, he is a road course specialist. He just ran a race at Sonoma in his own personal race car. He's going to lead lap 1 right here. He puts a little bit of gap here between him and Cody Moore. If you're buy one, get one free, enter BOGO. We have one car around. We're going to go to the replay here. Looks like Max McClure had a little issue here. Coming off the last corner, gets kind of high, loses it, loops it around, catches that inside Armco, and keeps it rolling. Back up front. Looks like we had another issue on track here. Jack McBride had a little issue coming in turn 1, just a little bit of wheel hop getting into the corner. Catches the Armco at the entrance or middle of turn 1 there. Fortunately for him, another incident on track. You see Jacob Bowen getting past here, and just overdrives the bus stop, gets collected by the 01 and loops it in the bus stop, and he's got to wait till everybody comes by before he can rejoin the track here. A lot of damage for him. Alright, some action on track here is back in the field a little bit. Will Witt got it. He's already up 5 spots. How about Dustin Dean? Already up 7 spots from the beginning of the race. Another one of those Isaiah dump truck paint jobs is, looks like we had a couple more off tracks here. Another issue for Nick Ford is he's going to go off track here. And right in front of the field, just loses it. Looks like Dakota Kimber also had some issues up at the top of the S's here. Catches the curb in just a little bit, upsets the vehicle, and long slide down the backstretch. Doesn't look like a lot of damage. Really going to get that thing straightened out. Keep going. A great run already. Like I said, up 6 spots. Our second biggest mover, our biggest mover so far, is Colin Willems. and Dustin Dean. Both of them are up 8 spots right now. Actually, Greg Schroeder just moves up another spot in the 9th spot as we got a great battle league shaping up here between Chaput and Michael Lawrence. Oh, Chaput runs a little wide here. I just got like Colin Willems right by. Zach McBride had another issue here as well as entering the bus stop. Just misses the bus stop completely. Has to come to a complete stop in the center there and serve his time penalty, and he's going to get rolling again. But up front right now is all Brian Knute. We got a little battle shaping up here as well as you see Joseph Wright starting to come up on back up Will Ray. Joe had a little bit of a rough start, falling back 3 spots, but looks like he'll be able to get those back. It's a long race. Again, we're halfway through the stage. The stage break at lap 10 will put a full course caution, and they will be able to come in and get tires. I do believe they will have to make one more stop. Michael White, Brian Merle, and James Moore. James Moore have a little bit of an issue earlier with Nick Ford. Nick got off the track. Oh, on track by Colin Willems. In the bus stop, locks him up, loses it, ends up in the kitty litter on the outside of the bus stop here, and so he's going to be able to get back on track and continue on. And Austin Blaylock having a pretty good start here as well. Along here with Iomo. You can see just how tricky this track can be as you come through the carousel here. You really got to play with the throttle to make sure you get through here without spinning out it. Get that great launch down here in the short chute for another great passing zone, I find, right here. You can get a good run off this corner and set yourself up for the long run down the front stretch. Looks like Iomo's under pressure now. Will took a look to the inside, but tucked back in behind. He wasn't quite close enough to make the move. Isaiah Gill making a move on Stephen Black. He's going to take that position away. Move Isaiah up into the 3rd spot. Looks like Stephen's trying to do a crossover here into the carousel. And here comes Stephen Black now to the inside. Isaiah Gill trying to cross over Stephen Black again, but Isaiah having to give Stephen Black that position back. And it looks like Zach McBride, while that was going on, had another issue here. Just blow through the bus. Yeah, he blew through the bus stop yet again. He had to stop for the bus stop yet again. Gill, and Ian Black now getting around Isaiah Gill, and he's starting to pull away, and he's setting his sights now. Cody is quite a bit away. Looks like another incident here for Zach McBride. He's having a very tough night to go at it today. Going into turn one and just completely misses the corner. As we take a look at the 28 of Jacob Bowen. Under pressure right now from TJ Floyd. Stop here. We're modulating that throttle, trying to get the power down without losing grip on those rear tires. So he's going to take a look underneath Michael Lawrence here. Short shoot here. Another incident here for Zach McBride. I think he just blew by the bus stay up. He missed the bus stop yet again. Tough night for him tonight. Right now, it's all Brian Canuti as he's just pulling away from Cody Moore right now. As he comes off of turn 10 here, he's going to pull onto this straightaway and start lap 10, which will be the this will be the white flag for the stage. 1 lap to go left in the stage here. Right now, this is the battle for the last stage point right now. Is the Logan Hagerman in 10th. Will Witt in 9th, Joseph Wright in 8th. These guys are battling for a couple points. Hagerman's trying to take a look to the inside of Will Witt, just not close enough and able to make that move. Morris again around Michael Provo, moves him up into the 16th spot. He's setting his sights on Michael White. Not a battle for points, but the closest battle on track right now. Actually, Kyle Mays and Brett Merle have a little battle here. Coming through the bus stop right now. As we are waiting for the yellow flag to go out. Brian Nudie has crossed the stripe, and he's going to win the stage. Cody Moore going to come in second. Stephen Black, Isaiah Gill. There's your tower on the left, showing you your top 10. Blaylock, uh-oh. Austin Blaylock had an issue here. Coming through turns 1 and up into... See what happens here between 1 and 2. Just loses it. Right in front of the field here. Scratches that Armco barrier just a little bit. He's all right. He's going to keep moving. As the yellow flag has come out. For our stage break. Again, Brian Nudie winning that all-important playoff point with the win of the stage. I think you guys do have the option here to come in and pit, or they can stay out and try to gamble a little bit. But if you're some of these guys in the back of the field, I come in, take 4 tires, and get yourself back up to the back in contention. And with Austin Blaylock there spinning before the yellow came out, I'm not really sure how the points are going to be awarded, if it was as they crossed to lap 11 or when the yellow came out, but we'll see how that happens afterwards. But right now, under caution. And again, we want to give a shout out to our sponsor tonight, Gill's Dump Truck Service and Pizzeria, fastest dump trucks in the Northwest, and the okayest pizza in the Northwest.
Josh, good evening.
Hey, man, there you are.
You don't want to know, so I won't even bring it up.
It's all right. We're here for the Gill's Dump Truck Service 135, Matt. It's good to have you. As the caution break just ended, and these guys are getting ready to make a round of pit stops under yellow. This is the only yellow flag we will have tonight. It's just the stage break. These guys do have 4 extra sets of tires tonight too, so tires will not be an issue. They do have their 1 reset due to a road course, so I imagine a couple cars will come in and get those, as you see the cars now coming on the pit road. A little different than you normally see. As we'll sit down here and wait for Brian Nudie to come and make his stop. The wall is on the right side. Normally the wall is on the left side, so you can't see the pit crews, but they're going to be working in the opposite sides, as the gas fill is on the right side of the car, and as opposed to the left. Nudie getting his service. Right side there is now up in the air. Drops the jack, and he's gone. Great pit stop for Brian Nudie. Nudie with a 15.4. As they roll off a pit lane, we'll see how fast their pit stops were. It looks like Nicholas Iomo staying out. Little strategy there. A couple cars in front of him. Going to take that all-important wave around here. So a lot of action in the first 10 laps here at Watkins Glen. Get my let's take a look at some of these paint jobs while the lights on the pace car are still on. Let's see. Mr. Iomo here in this Army car. Of course, Brian Nudie in the Gill's dump truck colors. Go to camper. Of course, Isaiah Gill always in his blue too. Brandon White. Cycle through the. Sorry about that. Had a glitch on my computer here. Joseph Ray, looks like that car just sat out a little too long, all rusty and spray painted on. Got the Gill dump truck logo on the front though. Will Witt. Anybody else running these Austin Blaylock and his Stick of Designs? Dustin Dean, another Gill's dump truck service car. So we're getting ready to go back green flag racing as the lights on the pace car are off. We're going to be single file start here. Restart on the single file on the restart here as to give everybody a chance going into turn one. It's tough to go into turn one side by side. Matt, have you ever run laps here at Watkins Glen?
I've got, I'm getting ready for tomorrow night's race. I've probably got about 150 laps practicing. And turn one still sneaks up on you a little bit.
It sure does.
Oh, Mike, all the turns sneak up on you.
Oh, we see Camper going to the pits here as Green's back in the air, and Nicholas Aomo getting under pressure already from Brian Newdy. He's got those fresh tires. Isaiah Gill, Brandon White all taking advantage of those fresh tires, and Aomo just trying to get some track position because at a road course, track position is key. Everybody comes through, navigates the bus stop here. A little, oh, the 55. Kyle May is around in the bus stop. He's going to lose a lot of momentum and a lot of positions there. Oh, another car around, Jacob Bowen. You can see what happened to him. Looks like coming off of the carousel here, he just loses it all by himself. Catching that Armco barrier. And, tough break for him. He gets that thing refired and rolling. Oh, we got another crash here. Oh no! Dustin Dean having some issues here in turn one. Locks him up, trying not to get into the back of the 12, and oh, Emerald Jr. just makes some contact with him, and you see Michael Lawrence also sliding through turn one there. Right now we got a little battle right now coming heating up as Cody Moore is starting to catch Isaiah Gill here. Nudy's pulling away, but Cody Moore starting to eat into Isaiah's position here. As Cody's just able to get through the corners so much better. That was almost a second gap between those two a few moments ago, and as they come through the S's, Cody has now got all over the back bumper of Isaiah Gill. Set up for the bus stop here, and Cody Moore to the inside. Oh, Isaiah's going to throw a little bit of a block there. As they come through the carousel. While this was going on, it's like Michael Lawrence had an issue on track. Right in front of Dustin Dean. And yeah, see Dustin Dean with some wheel hop gets into the back of Michael Lawrence. Sends him around at the same time. Zach McBride again. Some issues into turn 1. But up front, Isaiah Gill again under pressure from Cody Moore. Cody looks at the inside, coming through the S's, thinks better of it, tucks back in. And through the S's, you cannot go side by side. It's just too treacherous to even attempt to go side by side. Back into the bus stop they go. Looked like Cody Moore had a little bit of wheel hop getting into the corner. He definitely didn't get into the corner as well as Isaiah, but got through the corners so much better than Isaiah. Now as they go through the carousel, right again on that back bumper. Setting up for one of my favorite passing zones. If you can get a good run through here, you can really set up for this last corner onto the front stretch. With the long, oh, Isaiah Gill real loose. That's going to allow Cody Moore to go to the outside. He's going to get around them as they go into turn 1. And now Brandon White has joined this picture here. So great battle on track.
Josh, how many legitimate passing zones or opportunities are there?
Well, legitimately, right here where they're going right now through the bus stop is a great passing zone. Coming through the carousel, you can get a good run there. That's a pretty good passing zone as well. As we see, Michael White's had an incident on track. Let's take a look, see what happened to Michael White. It looks like he's on the inside of Brett Merle and drives into turn 1 just a little too hard. Gets up on that curb and then comes back across the track. Oh, and catches the 12. Tough break for them. As we see live again. I'm going to bring up the track map. We'll talk about some of my favorite, some of the real good passing zones here. As we come down the front stretch here, there's a heavy braking zone into turn 1. You can really get, brake somebody coming through turn 1 here. Through the S's here, you really want to be single file. The curbs are slick. The camber changes. You definitely want to be single file. But if you can get a good run off the S's and get a good draft down this long down stretch to the bus stop is a huge passing opportunity. And again, coming off the bus stop, if you can pull a crossover here and get underneath someone through the carousel, because this is a long downhill cambered corner, you can get a pretty good run here. And if you can't get a run here, this short shoot right here is a great opportunity to start setting up your pass on the front stretch. If you can get a good run off this corner, and you can get along somebody along this side by side of this corner going into the front stretch, if you're side by side someone down this front stretch and you're on the inside coming to turn 1, again, the best braking zone on the track, the best passing zone, that's where you can really let those last 2 corners set up your pass into turn 1. Looks like TJ Floyd just lost position to Brett Merle. I don't know if TJ had some issues or whatnot, but he looks like he's a little off the pace right now, but he just got a little loose and maybe got off track. I also see Chris Iomo and Austin Blaylock into the bus stop. Iowa taking a really defensive entry into the bus stop, trying to keep Austin behind him. Now Isaiah Gill is under pressure from Brandon White, and right behind him, Stephen Black. Brandon White gets that, gets real loose off the road. He's a little too much on that rumble strip. He's going to be too far back to try to make a move into turn one. But as I was saying, Matt, you can really see that if you can put some pressure on somebody here and get right on their back bumper coming through the S's here. Brandon White a little loose there on the entry of the S's, so he's not going to be on that back bumper getting into the bus stop. See one car, that's the 20, having more issues. Isaiah Gill's going to go around the outside. And that's going to allow Brandon White to take advantage of that. They're going to be 3 wide coming down the back. A little short shoot here. Isaiah with that run, able to get back around Brandon White. Now Stephen Black looking to the inside of Michael White, not able to. And here comes that opportunity to get a good run here down the front stretch, as you see Stephen Black take advantage of Brandon White just getting a little bit up on the curbing there. Stephen Black's going to be able to. No, he's not able to get around.
Oh, fighting back.
While this was going on, Zach McBride had another issue. Zach's having a rough night tonight. As just behind these guys, looks like he missed turn one again. But back to this battle now. As we see the 37. Trying to stay out of the way of these guys as they're battling real hard. There's the 37 there, Shakur, who had some issues earlier, and man, this is a great battle here between Black and White. Oh, another car off the Shakur off into the kitty litter. Right there. And while these guys were battling, we had another off track here, a little incident with the 4 of Greg Schroeder. Looks like he might have blocked up the rear tires trying to get into the braking zone, and has a little spin. He's able to keep going. These 3 cars, man, they are just battling so hard for position. We're just down to 17 laps to go. Now Stephen Black all over the back bumper of Isaiah Gill.
Well, Josh, with really no full course coming in for at least tires or fuel or anything?
They will have to pit for fuel. I believe they do have to pit for fuel after probably about halfway through the run. They might split in half. We see, we see Brandon White going into the pits here. Stephen Black looking to the inside of Isaiah Gill in the braking zone, and it looks like he just got a little wheel hop and wasn't able to complete the pass. And what wheel hop is, see a little battle here between Joseph Wright and Will Witt. What happens with wheel hop is the rear tires lock up just a little bit, and you actually start hopping the back end of the car. the transmission gets a little wobbly, and it can actually cause the back tires to chatter, and you lose traction that way, and it causes the back end of the car to really skip and hop across the track. Not a fun feeling as these two have been going at it, side by side again. Stephen Black's got the position. He's going to get around Isaiah here. He's got the real good position. I think Isaiah's going to come in here and make his pit stop. And, oh no! Brandon White, who was just battling these guys a few moments ago, gets loose coming off the pit. Oh no! Got loose coming off the exit of the S's and ends up spinning out and having to tow. Just saw Isaiah Gill on pit road getting his service. Go back to this. This is the the replay. It looks like Zach McBride's night is getting even rougher. He's coming off of right in front of the 12 of Merle too.
That could have been a lot worse.
Could have been. Brian Moore Jr. and Kyle Mays now having a good little battle on track.
I'm curious, Josh, how much fall off from the tires is there?
Tons. These
5
guys,
seconds?
not that much per se, but let's see, your leader, his best lap was a 14, and he ran a 17 last lap. Some of these guys, like Isaiah Gill doesn't count because he did a pit stop. Kyle Mays, his best lap was a 17, and his last lap was a 23. Craig Schroeder, his best lap was an 18, his last lap was a 27. So, yeah, there's quite a
3
bit
to 10 seconds.
Yeah, really. It all depends on how you can manage. Oh no, Dustin Dean with an issue going into turn 1. Classic wheel hop. You see the back end start to skid out and under brake it, and he loops it around there, and everybody's able to scatter, and he's able to keep going. You see this battle still shaping up here between Merle and Kyle Mays. Oh no, another problem. Derek Regal has an issue coming into the bus stop. Does he just miss the bus stop? Oh, the 37 of Chaput was around. I didn't see that on my screen. Let's see if we can see what happened to Chaput here. A little wheel. Man, he made hard contact with that Armco barrier. Looks like he got the nose stuck in the wall. And while that was going on, yeah, Regal just came through there. And while that was going on, Brett Merle had an issue coming off of turn 1. Just gets real wide and he catches the grass here. Causes him to loop it around, and into the Armco barrier he goes. So now we're back live, and looks like Canuti has come in and made his pit stop. So that's going to give the lead to Joseph Wright. This is his home track, if you will. He loves telling me stories about all the times he's partied up here and where the hot spots are and where the best places to go and watch the race are. You see Will Witt's trying to run him down right now. Joe's going to stay out a little bit longer. Will Witt's going to come into the pits, and while that's going on, looks like Zach McBride has another problem with turn 1, as that car looks more like it's been at Martinsville than Watkins Glen, and same thing, just loses it going into the turn 1.
Yeah, one thing I found with this track, and with most road races is the more you take your time, the better your lap times are.
Greg Schroeder has an issue going into turn 1. He just loses it. And catches Isaiah Gill. I'm sorry, Brian Nudie. And Michael Lawrence get involved in that, but Nudie. He was having such a great dominating run. Gets caught up in that, and he's going to lose a bit of position. Fortunately, he had quite a buffer when he went into the pits, but yeah, it looks like he's got some damage on that right side now of that Gill's dump truck service and pizzeria machine. And moving up in the second place, Logan Hagerman, while the pit stops are cycling through. Take a look at the pit strategies here. See where everybody is. It looks like another issue for Dustin Dean here. Oh, just losing it, gets real wide. Oh, right in front of Will Witt, right in front of Kyle Mays, and he's able to get off the track and avoid everyone. But man, that car is not going to be tracking straight, that's for sure. So as we look back here, it looks like Cody Moore has made his pit stop. He's gotten around Hagerman here, as you see him just right there in front of Hagerman. And looks like more issues for Dustin Dean here. Man, just the front end of that car is just destroyed, and it's just not able to track straight, so he got on the brakes, the thing just snapped loose. As we see our current leader, Joe Wright, come on the track into the pits along with Logan Hagerman. So Cody Moore is going to assume the lead. And take a look at Brian Nudie here, and you'll see that Brian Nudie is now 8 seconds behind. There's Isaiah Gill battling with Stephen Block again. These two seems like have been battling all race. As we're coming in just 10 laps to go. See Kyle Mays and running down Logan Hagerman right now. A couple more cars on track, in the pits right now. Burl Jr., James Moore, and Michael Lawrence all on pit road right now. You can take a look here at Kyle Mays. Again, Stephen Black here, running the third spot.
Josh, I'm guessing CD Moore has to come in yet?
I believe. Nope, CD has come in. Pull up the stint length real quick. CD Moore's got 4 laps on his tires right now. Him and Nudie pit on the same lap, along with Stephen Black. So, because Nudie had that issue, that's why he was able to That's why Cody Moore is able to pull out an 8.5 second lead right now on Brian Nudie. If Nudie didn't have that accident where you see the damage on the right rear, he'd be chasing him down for sure. But right now, it's all Cody Moore up at the front. 36-year-old from Cincinnati, Ohio, as he navigates the bus stop here. It looks like he just put Joe Wright a lap down. Oh, no, I'm sorry, that's not Joe Wright. That's Max McClure going a lap down. Let's take a ride with him. See how he's able to get around this place. Braking zone down into turn 1. Some guys go down the first gear, some guys keep it in second gear. See, he's catching the 12 of Merle Jr. He's gonna try to go around him through the S's. That's not an easy thing to do. You see that thing slide out to the guardrail barrier. Down the long back stretch to the bus stop. Down the second gear. Power down for the carousel, and carousel is kind of a tricky turn. You feel like you want to be full throttle, but you really can't get full throttle until you're coming off straight away like you see him do here. Up through the gears. Up to third, stays in third gear, drops out of second gear. Drops down the first gear here, he stays in second. He's going to stay in second gear, come off the corner, get a little loose there. And that's one lap of Watkins' lane. Looks like Max McClure had an issue here. Coming off the bus stop and into the carousel. Just loses it getting into the carousel and gets out of the way. And oh no, another issue for Dustin Dean into turn 1. A lot of that curbing, and catches the grass. Oh! Wow! Good thing that safety truck's right there. That's Cody Moore now, almost a 9-second lead.
His lead is growing.
You see Zach McBride on pit lane after having a tough night. Isaiah Gill catching this gaggle of cars in front of him. These guys in front of him are all racing for position. He's just trying to do the best he can to navigate through, and Kyle Mays there just came off of pit road. And, Eddie Morris on the pit load. We have just 5 laps to go. Unless something crazy happens to Cody Moore. So it looks like he's got some clean track in front of him. Let's take a look at the track map here. See he's the 52 that's highlighted in green. He's going to be catching Dakota Camper probably on the front stretch here, but for the most part, he's got clean track. But you look at Stephen Black, who just got around TJ Floyd, and he's pulling away. He's got some clean track. Looks like the 24 having an issue, and Another issue for Zach McBride. Zach just missed the bus stop yet again. You see Cody Moore just extending his lead now. Up to over 9 seconds.
What is the penalty for missing the bus stop? Is it the same as Daytona where it's a stop and go?
Well, iRacing gives you a times penalty, but usually it's just if you stop and go, it usually clears itself. And it's easy to miss that bus stop. Look through the field here is Stephen Black now, still clean traffic in front of him. Isaiah Gill finally able to navigate through that traffic, but Joseph Wright catching up on Isaiah Gill, it looks like. Oh, we see the 24 of Brett Merle, who has an issue here. Coming through the bus stop, this is a replay. Catches a little too much curb in there and just loops it around right there before the carousel. And fortunately out of harm's way up in John Deere country. So we're back to live pictures, and yeah, Joseph Wright now working the lap traffic. Oh, gets a loose off the corner, keeps it going. But he's running down Isaiah here. See the battle for fourth here between Isaiah Gill and Joseph Wright. Joe's starting to make some moves. As another issue on track. Kyle Mays in the 55. A little wheel hop locks him up. Pulls a Jimmy Johnson. Soft contact though, nothing hard there. He'll be able to continue on. But yeah, here comes Joseph Wright. Michael White with an issue. Coming through the bus stop here. Looks like, oh, the 51. It's off track. Oh, he catches Dustin Dean. Dustin Dean having a real tough night tonight. Oh, Joe Wright. What happened to Joe here? He was finally up on the back bumper of Isaiah Gill. Oh, looks like he just hit the gas too hard, overdrove it, and lost the back end, and he lost a ton of time to Isaiah Gill, as now he's, looks like about 12 seconds behind Isaiah now. Up at the front though. Isaiah Gill is not able to run down Cody Moore. Still, that lead is growing. It looks like Kyle Mays had another issue on track going into turn 1. I think his tires are just giving up. So he's going to loop it around and get that thing back going as the white flag is in the air. Right now, your leader, Cody Moore, with a very comfortable lead over Brian Knuty. Over 9 seconds. We got a battle on track now as Will Witt is all over the back bumper of Joe Wright. Another wreck for Derek Chaput had an issue. Back up front, Cody Moore coming through the carousel for the last time. Through the short chute. All he's got to do is keep it straight here as he comes off the last corner. And your winner will be Cody Moore. in the Gill's Dump Truck Service and Pizzeria 135. Brian Nudie bring it home in second. Stephen Black in third. Isaiah Gill currently in fourth, but right now we've still got this battle between Joe Wright and Will Witt. Will do anything on the last couple corners here. Coming to the flag here. Tries to make a move to the inside, but Joseph Wright's going to come home in the fifth spot. Will Witt in sixth. Logan Hagerman's coming off the turn last corner here. He's going to come home seventh. With Nick Iomo right behind him. Austin Blaylock coming off the final corner for the last time. He'll finish ninth, and Colin Willems right behind him 10th. We'll get your unofficial results up on the screen here. They're still just finishing. Eddie Morris has a little issue there at the end. But here's your final point, or final standings here unofficially. Cody Moore, your winner by 10.173 seconds. Brian Daly finishing second. Stephen Black in third. Isaiah Gill fourth, and Joseph Wright in fifth. A lot of action on track tonight. So we see Cody Moore lighten it up on the front stretch here. Your winner. We can take a look at the rest of the final standings here as he burns it down. We get ready for our interviews here. See if we can find Stephen Black. And there he is. Pull him down for the interview here. Steven, Josh, and Matt in the booth. You got us?
Yes, I do.
Hey, man, great job bringing it home in third place tonight. Looked at the beginning like you had a pretty stout car there, and it looks like the handling may have gone away a little bit towards the end. How'd the race go from your side of things?
Came down to pit the first time. I made a mistake and ended up so far back. And people, it's hard to pass here, and people were just slow. And I got caught up in the rear and just couldn't make the passes I needed to get it back up front, second and first. So.
Yeah, great job for the team coming home first and second there. And, obviously tires were a real premium there. It seemed like the cars really had a big fall off. But anybody you'd like to thank tonight? I saw that pretty sweet paint job you had on there tonight.
Thanks to Tracy Umber Fishing, the Sports Fanatics podcast, Raise Energy. If you go to Rep Sports, you can type in code XSBlack98, get a discount if you're into energy drinks or just workout supplements in general. Shout out to anyone that might be watching.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations on the third place finish. And are you running the trucks tomorrow night?
Yes, I will be.
Awesome. So I'm sure we'll see you back up front again tomorrow.
Thank you.
And now we're going to bring in our second place finisher, Brian Knudy, who is the part owner in the pizzeria and dump truck service here. Brian.
Yeah, I'm here.
Man, I thought you were First, I thought you were going to run away with it, but Cody was all over your back bumper for a while. And then after that pit stop, I saw you had an issue. Somebody got in the back of you when they missed the braking zone coming into one, and kind of finished you off for the night.
Yeah. It's we had a good car. We were battling out all day, just saving tires pretty much the whole time. And I knew, when we came out of there, it was gonna be down to me and Cody, and it was gonna be real close. He might have caught me, he might not have. I'm not sure. We'll never know. And then after I got tagged by that lap car, just the car just wasn't the same afterwards, and I had no rear grip, and I was just driving as hard as I could just to even try to stay ahead of Stephen Black.
Yeah, you had a great run there, coming home second tonight. And I'm curious, has Guy Fieri got his pizza yet?
Guy Fieri should get his pizza this Sunday, actually. Oh no! Oh wait, hold on. Yeah, maybe next Sunday it should be there.
Perfect, perfect. I'm glad. I'm hoping to read a nice write up from him as far as how those fresh pizzas are for him.
Yeah, hopefully we're gonna wind up being on diners, drive-ins, and drives, or whatever that show's called that he's on.
Awesome, man. Anybody you'd like to thank tonight?
Yeah, I just gotta thank my teammates. Gotta thank Isaiah, Brandon. Who else is on my team in this one? Cheeseburger, obviously, and just two pedals, one clutch. And as always, gotta thank my beautiful wife. It's been a busy last couple weeks. We just purchased a new house and been had a real race out at Sonoma, so I haven't been on last 2 weeks, and it sucks, man. I've dominated the last really only run 2 races this year, and I've dominated both of them, and nothing to really show for it.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but glad to see all the money that the Gill's Dump Truck Service put out tonight. Not just sponsoring a race, but I think you had about 10 cars in the field as well. So it's good to see.
Yeah, we're gonna do a vote. I'm gonna take a bunch of screenshots of the best cars, and I'll put them on the iOS page. And whichever car gets the most likes before we go green next Tuesday, they'll get $10 in iRacing credits.
Awesome. And you doing the same thing in the Truck Series tomorrow night too?
We'll be at Truck Series tomorrow night, so hopefully I can redeem myself, but we'll see.
All right. Congratulations again on second place, and we'll see what you do tomorrow.
Yep, perfect. Thank you. Have a good one.
You as well. And finally, we'll pull in CD Moore. Cody, Josh, and Matt in the booth. You got us?
I got a copy.
Man, great run for you tonight. I thought Brian might have run away with it, but you got on and off of pit road so much better than him, and a 10-second victory for you tonight, and Cyclone Racing 1 and 3 tonight. So great job for you guys.
Yeah, it feels good to finally kind of run that well. When I saw the schedule originally come out, I kind of had Watkins Glen circled because I knew I was good at the track, but it was pretty disheartening once Brian got out there and saw his lap times. But just kind of stayed focused, and it's really, really unfortunate that he got taken out that way, because I think we would have really had a good finish there.
Yeah, and Stephen Black had some issues as well with some lap traffic, but I think if things stayed the way they were and there wasn't as much issues with a couple of lap cars out there, I think the top four drivers, you, Brian, Stephen Black, and Isaiah Gill, I think you guys would have put on quite the show at the end there.
Yeah, I agree. I think when he got spun there, I think I was down to like 1.8 seconds or something from 2.5, and I was just slowly reeling him in each lap, but I don't know if he was holding back or not.
Yeah. So, are you running the Truck Series race tomorrow night as well?
Yeah, that's one I'm gonna run.
Perfect. Well, we'll see you again tomorrow night. And anybody you'd like to thank before we let you go?
Yeah, I gotta first and foremost thank Stephen Black. He's our team owner, and he's been just really helpful. Even this week, looking at his times in VRS, it was really helpful. And then, yeah, just the league. They do a great job putting this league on, and I really appreciate them having me.
Awesome, man. Well, Cody, again, congratulations on the win, and I'm sure that locks you into the playoffs too, doesn't it? So hopefully your season turns around a little bit.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Matt. Well, exciting stuff tonight here at Watkins Glen. And Matt, are you running in the truck series tomorrow night?
I am. I am. I have a bit of a different strategy, but I won't share that yet.
So again, join us tomorrow night for another nail biter here from Watkins Glen, as you'll have the get my sponsor read right for tomorrow. We will have the Gill's Dump Truck Service and Pizzeria 100 tomorrow in the truck series. So join us for that. Also, before that, we'll have our Intensity Broadcasting League short track series. Last week, Brennan Butterbean Queen ended up winning that one. And if you haven't checked it out yet, we actually sat down and talked with Butterbean, talked his 2020 season, talked about him running at Daytona, and talked about that sweet, sweet mullet on our podcast. So don't forget to check that out as well. Not just is that up on the Facebook and the YouTube, but we have that on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. We've hit that 1,000 followers here on Facebook. We're trying to reach 1,000 on YouTube, and we're going for 2,000. And for you guys in the iOS series, if we reach 2,000 followers before the end of April, then Dustin Dean will be shaving off his beard. So that's the rumor I heard. So check out for that. And as always, for Matt Knights, I'm Josh Hall. As Atman Weiss would say, over and out.